Ya les di las instrucciones, dense la mano y buena suerte a los dos. Vámonos.
Taking a look at the fighters as we get ready for this fight. There's Mayorga, actually 5 years older, and Vargas, many surprised that he's actually still in his 20s. The rest of the numbers, pretty equal.
Fernando Vargas says that his trainer keeps asking him three things. Is Mayorga more talented? No. Is he stronger than you? No. Does he have more defense? No, he doesn't. Mayorga's response to all that, my mother's birthday's coming up. I'm giving her a knockout for a present, and he's trying to do it in the first round. The brawl is on.
And Vargas has to take a step back and gather himself here a little bit. Vargas said, I'm going to enjoy every minute of my last night in the ring, and these fans are here for a big party, but Mayorga looks like he wants to spoil the party.
Body shot by Vargas, chases down Mayorga.
Mayorga complaining to Raul Cais that it was a low blow. I don't think fouls, low blows, or fouls of any type would be a big surprise here tonight.
I think you're going to see everything. Right hand looked to get under that left elbow from Mayorga.
Vargas is fighting calm in the first round.
He's going to need to be calm after those opening 20 seconds that Mayorga put forth, if that's a sign of things to come. Tries that chopping right hand over the top, does the Nicaraguan. Mayorga a little more patient here.
Both fighters carrying way more weight than they've ever carried into the ring before.
Short left hook on the inside from Vargas as Mayorga came in with the right hand. Lead left hand from Fernando.
Vargas trying to pick his spots now, getting his jab to work a little bit. Mayorga
sweeping left hand from Mayorga.
Mayorga by far the more active of the two in this fight.
Chops down with a left hand, tries the uppercut. Now thudding with a right hand to the top of the head. Vargas covers up against the ropes. Right hand tries to split the guard. Mayorga knocks him down. First round knockdown scored by Mayorga.
I think the key punch in that whole exchange was the right uppercut, which seemed to really rock Vargas. That was not the bell, it was the 10-second warning. Raul Cais misinterpreted the 10-second warning.
Every bit of a brawl. Mayorga started off hot. He finished that way and scored a knockdown.
Mayorga acting as though he's already got the fight won, standing up on his stool and waving to the fans.
Fernando Vargas reunited with his original trainer, Eduardo Garcia.
Fernando looked very slow in round one. He was not moving well, and he was slow punching, and Mayorga seemed to just overwhelm him in this exchange. Watch the upper, there's a body shot, then he came over the top. Just a flurry of punches, just too many shots by Mayorga, and Vargas went down. There's that uppercut that I told you about, and as you can see, he just kept putting it on him.
Joe Tessitore, Rich Murata with you ringside, round two. Remember, Mayorga said, if Vargas stands like a true Mexican warrior, I'll knock him out in two. Vargas trying to meet him with left hand underneath to the body. A left hook upstairs by Vargas. Wide swinging right hand misses from Mayorga, and Mayorga says, bring it right here.
This is what I told you about. I'm going to come to the center of the ring and invite him to fight. Vargas, at the beginning of this round, looked as though he's willing to engage Mayorga in a fight. Vargas started this round much more active. He's going to have to throw, or he's going to get overwhelmed.
Right hand came over the top of that left, and Mayorga scores again here in this opening minute of the second round.
Remember, Mayorga gives you so many angles, so many weird shots. It's hard really to prepare for a guy like that because he's so unpredictable. You really can't get anybody to imitate a guy like Ricardo Mayorga.
Wildly reckless, aggressive, unpredictable, and he creates an energy that is really harmful to a strategy of fighting smart. That has been the game plan, well documented by Fernando Vargas. But he may have to take it to a place that Mayorga wants it to go to.
Vargas beginning to find Mayorga with some shots. Boy, his legs don't look good, do they?
Right hand to the body, buckles the knees, and now Mayorga is swinging away again as Vargas covers up and tries to escape.
Mayorga is totally confident, walking in without respecting Vargas at this point. Feels as though he's got things completely under control.
Right hand pushes Vargas back again. His legs look wobbly here with still 45 seconds to go in round number 2. The confidence building in Mayorga.
Vargas's legs just simply do not look there. He is flat-footed, not that he's a mover, but he's being knocked off balance. His legs are giving way many times when he's getting hit with punches. Right now, Fernando does not have his legs underneath him. He's not dazed or anything, as you can see by landing a good shot.
Counter left hand by Vargas after Mayorga sent a right uppercut to the body.
Mayorga loves that right hand lead.
Vargas, Mayorga, end of 2.
Relax yourself. Nice and easy. Hey, you're hurting him, but you let him get away. Jump on him. It hurts him there, to the body.
Mayorga still aggressive, landing a very good body shot, and look at Fernando's legs crumble a little bit underneath him. That's what I'm talking about, his legs giving way. They've betrayed him on a couple of occasions in this fight. Fernando Vargas did have some moments in this second round, though. He was much more competitive in the second round, and you see that left hook, and that knocked Mayorga off balance. And Vargas looked a little bit encouraged at the end of the second round when he walked back to his corner.
Vargas charges out here to start round number 3. He says the final fight of his career. Mayorga said he shouldn't even be in right now. He tested how much Vargas had early on, scored a knockdown in the first round. And now Vargas giving the impression that he's willing to meet him here in round number 3. Mayorga still stalking.
And fighting much more under control than you're accustomed to seeing Mayorga.
Looping right hand. There's a right hand that came over the top. And once again, Vargas stumbles back and covers up. Another right hand reins in. Mayorga with a relentless attack.
Vargas bangs his gloves together and says, okay, let's fight. And finally lands a good jab. Crowd starting in with that Vargas chant to try to encourage Fernando.
There's blood now coming from the left eye of Fernando Vargas.
I did not see a headbutt there, Joe. That's Vargas' best punch of the fight, a sharp right hand.
Comes back with another right hand. Mayorga with a little smirk. Exactly what he wants is a fight. Right hand over the top. Mayorga nods. A roller coaster ride of a third round here at the Staples Center. Blood streaming down from the eye of Fernando Vargas as he mounts his best rally of the evening so far.
Mayorga won the first minute of this round. And even as I say that, he gets tagged with a left hook.
Both men open up. Right hand from Mayorga sends Vargas back. But a much better round for Vargas. Still Mayorga showing his strength, power, and attacking nature. And they will be tending to that eye.
Ya está pareja la pelea. Ya la tenemos. Respira duro. Respira duro. Tenemos que, cuando den la chance, cártelo también.
El corte no es nada. Respira duro. Tira las piernas.
Aquí lo tenías de nuevo.
And again was able to knock Vargas off balance with the left hook. Vargas's legs not looking all there, but Vargas really came back strong. Second minute of the round, Vargas in control. May have in fact won the round with the second half rally that he had in that round. Now I want to point out here that referee Raul Caiz has ruled that the cut was opened by a punch. So if it causes the stoppage of the fight, that cut would not go to the scorecards. It would be a TKO victory for Mayorga.
Right hand to the body to open up this fourth round from Vargas. Just missed with the right hand over the top. It's been high energy from the opening bell. Mayorga came out on the attack early, scored a knockdown in the first round. Vargas had to find himself. He showed up in round number 3, as did, though, a cut above the left eye.
Pretty good work to the body by Mayorga.
Right hand from Vargas, and this crowd ready to explode at any point that he can land a shot like that. Two-punch combination from Mayorga. Tries to go back to the body with that left hook. Right uppercut just off the mark.
Mayorga looking less amateurish in this fight, showing more technique in this fight. And his trainer, Luis Leon, told me yesterday that they work on technique and defense and style in training camp all the time, and before a lot of his fights, and they stress that. But then Leon says, but then when the bell rings, it kind of all goes out the window.
Tough to change that mentality of Ricardo Mayorga. This is a young man who dropped out of school in the 6th grade to lead a street gang, and you know his antics in the ring. He is as bad comes, and he likes it that way. Vargas now, 3-punch combination, lands the uppercut. Vargas finding his groove here in the final minute of this 4th round. Mayorga tries to fire back to the body.
I thought Fernando was beginning to get a rhythm in round 3, and it's carried into this 4th round. That combination work was his best of the fight.
Mayorga tries to hunt him down with a right hand to the body. Fernando fires back with a left.
Vargas getting some good work done. And referee Raul Caiz is letting some of those blows stray a little bit low. That was a crunching right by Vargas. Okay, Fernando's in the fight.
He is indeed. And so are his faithful here at the Staples Center. Here's a guy that knows both men very well. He TKO'd both Mayorga and Vargas, Tito Trinidad.
But don't forget, each one of these two combatants knocked Tito down before they succumbed to his great power. All right, we'll take a look at the action, and it was fierce in the fourth round. Vargas getting good work done to the body there. That left hand to the body ended up driving Mayorga back. There you see a little right hand low, and another overhand right. I thought Vargas was having good success with that overhand right. He seems to have found something. There you see it again. The overhand right coming over the laid out left hand of Mayorga. And he may have found something that may be turning the fight around for him.
You see the work by cutman Miguel Diaz on the left brow of Fernando Vargas. Fifth round, Joe Tessitore, Rich Murata with you here at the Staples Center. The brawl is on. And Rich, let's talk about the scoring for a moment in the first 4 rounds, because realistically, you could have it 2 rounds apiece, rounds 1 and 2 Mayorga, rounds 3 and 4 Vargas, but of course a 10-8 opening round for Mayorga. How do you have it scored?
Well, that's exactly what I've got so far. I've got a 38-37 for Ricardo Mayorga after 4 rounds. The third round I gave to Vargas. It was very close, though, and one you could make a case, I think, for either guy. So if the judge happened to give that third round to Mayorga, he would have won the first 3 rounds, and it would have really put Vargas into a hole.
Complaining on the clash of heads. Mayorga now on the inside. Vargas tries to get that belt line with the right hand. Mayorga working underneath. Now they separate again. Mayorga committed to the body work here in this 5th round.
High volume of punching from Mayorga in this round.
Right hand sends Mayorga back. Vargas scored well there. Mayorga still on the attack.
And don't forget, they both weighed in the same, but Vargas is naturally the bigger man, the bigger puncher between the two.
Vargas told us yesterday he had to lose nearly 100 pounds in the midst of his 16-month layoff to make this fight happen. Good body attack from Mayorga. The left hand was placed well.
The two still talking to each other. Mayorga seemingly getting the fight turned back in his favor again, as Vargas is not built on what appeared to be a turning momentum in the 4th round. But if Fernando was so intent on making this a glorious night for himself, and that he would not succumb to the temptation of further offers in the future. He said, listen, I've been doing this since I'm 10 years old. I'm tired.
Made a promise to what he says are the 2 leading ladies in his life, his mother, his wife, that this would be it. Well, if ever there is a spot to be inspired and a crowd to do it in front of, an opponent to be opposite of, it is tonight for Fernando Vargas. Mayorga, good flurry to close out this 5th round.
He's got nothing for you. All he's trying to do is just make a show. He's got nothing. We got him now. Just step to the side and belt him in the body. He's got nothing.
Usa su jab, está dejando de usar el jab.
You gotta use the jab. You're not using your jab. You're using the jab. The fight is closed, but they're giving him that round. Go ahead, take him out of sync.
Eduardo Garcia who's been like a father figure to Fernando Vargas, told his charge, Mayorga's got nothing. We got him now.
Well, I thought Mayorga showed something.
I thought he had plenty in that 5th round. But the psychological boost trying to be applied by the corner of Vargas. See if they can stir something in the veteran. Short right hand on the inside. Mayorga gives that nod.
Vargas will not go easily nor willingly. He showed that even in the losses to Tito Trinidad, whom he knocked out and engaged in a Pier 6 fight. With Oscar De La Hoya, of course, it was just hammer and tong for several rounds before De La Hoya took control in the late rounds. In the first fight with Shane Mosley was a tremendous battle in which he was only trailing by 1 point when the fight was stopped.
Good stiff jab from Vargas. Charges in, turns over a short right hand, and Mayorga just shrugs his shoulders at him.
I'm impressed with Mayorga tonight. I'm impressed with the control he's exhibiting in the ring tonight.
This is a guy who in numerous big fights has dropped his hands and invited an opponent to take a free shot. But tonight, he's in control and trying to fight his fight, just a smarter version of it.
Well, he did that. The first time we saw that, of course, was against Vernon Forrest, who teed off on him with some shots, and Mayorga took him and might have actually made that work to his advantage. Against Tito Trinidad, he tried that ploy again of letting Trinidad hit him, and that was a big mistake. He promised his father that he would not do that in this fight, and he certainly has shown no indication of doing it here tonight. Vargas is landing some telling blows in this round.
Combination from Vargas as he was able to take that half step in. Now trying to work behind the jab. Mayorga gets in and out that time with a 3-punch combination.
And I'm looking at Mayorga, who just took
right hand.
Just took that right hand there. He's thrown a lot more punches than Vargas tonight, but it appears to me he's still got plenty left in the tank.
Lead right hand by Fernando Vargas in what is shaping up to be his best round of the night. Can he finish it strong? Instead, it's Mayorga who goes on the attack on the 10-second clap. Vargas one last right, and he raises his hand. Mayorga retreats back, and Vargas has the crowd on its feet.
Impossible to tell who's going to win this one, Joe.
Now we got him. He's all yours now. That's it. We got him. You're going to finish him up soon. Come on, take some room.
Yeah, jab in his face. 3-2-2-3, baby. Set it up over there.
All right, that was a slow round. Hey, it's the 7th round. You got to make up the difference now.
All right, now early in the round, you see Mayorga following his jabs in and then surprising Vargas by going to the body with that left hook. But at the end of the round, it was Vargas in charge. And as I said, he was finding Mayorga with some telling blows. Blows that was beginning to have an effect, although he never staggered Mayorga. I think those punches had some effect on him.
Boy, Ricardo Mayorga very slow to leave his corner here for round number 7. We are in the back half of this scheduled 12-rounder, the brawl. Many thought it wouldn't go this far. Mayorga opened up and scored a knockdown in the opening round, but Vargas, surely and slowly, has found his groove and is coming off his best effort of the fight. A round in which he returned back to trainer Eduardo Garcia, and Garcia said, "You're gonna finish him soon." Right hand from Mayorga.
Don't write off Ricardo, because he's bringing it this round now.
He is indeed.
And I've been having them alternate rounds the last 3 rounds.
Through 6, Rich, how do you have it?
I have it 57-56 for Mayorga.
The only difference being the 10-8 opening round. 3 rounds to 3. Right hand from Mayorga reins in. And how do Vargas's legs look now? This will be the test.
I saw his left foot lift up a little when he took that right hand. It lifted right off the canvas.
Meets him with a left uppercut, but is it enough to slow down the hard-charging Ricardo Mayorga? The cut worsening now above the left eye. It was under control. Now blood starting to stream as another right hand comes in.
Very good 7th round for Mayorga. And frankly, Joe, I think it's one of his very best fights we've seen him in against, top-notch competition.
Rich, as you pointed out, it's a controlled version of the intense rage and fury of Mayorga. And that serves him very well.
We're not getting the wild man from Nicaragua tonight.
You're getting an entertaining version. He can't help but be that. You're getting an aggressive version, but the foolishness is gone. Uppercut reins in. Was able to get underneath. Now a right hand over the top. Big Mayorga round.
Vargas has had trouble stopping that right tonight.
End of 7.
You gotta throw some punches also. When you get a chance, press it. Come on, don't let him get up there. Don't let him get confidence.
Stay sharp right now. Come together. More here. Just check the low
It's a perfect round, that was. You gotta do the same.
Mayorga's had great success with the right hand tonight. He's been coming over the outstretched left of Vargas. He's done it on numerous occasions, as he did right there. There you see it, coming right over that lazy left of Vargas, and Mayorga putting it right on him. So those of you who thought that Mayorga might have been getting gassed at the end of 6, that wasn't the case. He came out strong in round 7.
Fernando Vargas. Can he steady himself and fight back here? Mayorga showing a glimpse of a jab. Vargas tries to come forward with the right hand. A little showboating from Mayorga now. A shuffle and then a flurry, and the confidence is growing. Goes underneath with a right hand to the body. And he is up on his toes, letting Vargas know exactly what he's capable of.
When he gets that kind of a feeling, he sometimes gets a little wild, as he was with that overhand right. And Vargas's eye looks to me like it's becoming a little bit of a concern here, Joe. And let's not forget what happened to him in that first fight with Shane Mosley, when his eye ballooned up into an ugly gargoyle, just the appearance of which ended up really forcing the fight to be stopped.
Extreme swelling that night against Sugar Shane. This cut here started in round number 3 from a right hand from Mayorga. Mayorga with a bounce in his step.
Vargas is going to need to increase his punch output. He's not busy enough. At least hasn't been in the last 2 rounds.
Good left hand to the body from Vargas, a glimmer of hope.
That was good work there by Fernando. He needs to get close to Mayorga. His problem is Mayorga's got spring in his legs. Vargas does not. Vargas is flat-footed, although his legs look to be underneath him better than they were in the first 3 rounds. He's not falling back into the fight. Again, a low blow.
Right hand from Vargas.
And Mayorga holds on. That's telling right there. Look at him.
That is the first time you have seen that tonight. A right hand comes in, and Mayorga holds on before now firing after the bell. That was really, really late. We'll see how Raul Caiz deals with this. Sugar Shane ringside after his efforts against Miguel Cotto at Madison Square Garden.
He was just mobbed here tonight. Fans were all over Sugar Shane.
Come on, give him some water, Luis. You gotta keep throwing, especially the jab. The jab you gotta throw. Come on, move your hands.
End of the 8th.
All right, and Vargas landed a big blow, but right after that, Mayorga came and hit late after the bell. The question is now, Joe, was that one big blow by Vargas enough to earn him the round after I thought Mayorga won the round, and I awarded it to him, although that was the best shot, which hurt Mayorga, was about 30 seconds before the end of the round.
That was a round that for 2 minutes and 30 seconds was Mayorga up on his toes, confidently in control, and then watching Vargas with one late rally and one singular right hand. And now Mayorga comes out on the attack here in round 9. 2 punches to the body. A right hand tries to split the guard up top. Remember, this is a fighter in Ricardo Mayorga who's coming off an 18-month layoff and a TKO loss to Oscar De La Hoya. He has also reached a very important part of his career, especially if he wants to continue cashing big paychecks down the road. There's a lot on the line for him.
Well, there wouldn't be any more big paychecks if he got knocked out in the fashion that he did against De La Hoya in Trinidad. So he was determined not to let that happen here tonight.
And for Fernando Vargas, all the talk of this being his last fight, you have to always guard against that mentality of having one foot already out the door.
Mayorga willing to hold again. War of attrition.
Body shot landed, as did the right hand. Headhunting was Vargas on the back end of that body shot. Mayorga fires off the right uppercut. Vargas tries to close the gap. He does so with a short right hand.
I think Vargas is finding something here, Joe, in this round. His blows are having an effect on Mayorga, I believe, and so does this crowd.
Another short right hand scores for Vargas.
Listen, those are meaty, rock-like blows that Vargas is beginning to land.
From the bigger man, keep in mind. But the wild man is still there, Rich.
Evidently, these guys want to fight.
Good exchange here in the final minute of this 9th round. Fernando Vargas, one last stand. Ricardo Mayorga, 3 to go from Staples Center.
Come on, don't let him. Don't stand out that way. You're dropping your hands. You're getting easily hit.
Sí, señorita, pero por 2 rounds nada más.
Is everything all right?
Solo por 2 rounds.
You got 3 more rounds.
Tremendous action in round 9, most of it forced by Fernando Vargas, who looked like he was fading, but you can't write him off. He came back, landed some very clean blows to Mayorga in that round, forcing Mayorga to hold at times, and Mayorga had trouble firing back at the end of that round.
We talked about it at the beginning of this broadcast. There was consensus on this main event. Most everybody thought it would never go the distance. Keep in mind the type of fight we've had, with a knockdown score, a cut left eye, back and forth power shots, and here they stand, round 10. Good attack from Mayorga, including right hands to the side of the head. So many of those punches by Mayorga chopped down in a fashion where you can actually get hit towards the back of the head.
I believe this fight is still up for grabs, Joe. I have it 86-84 for Ricardo Mayorga at this point. 2-point lead on my scorecard for Mayorga with 3 rounds to go.
5 rounds to 4 Mayorga, with the differential being the 10-8 opening round when he scored the knockdown. Lunging left hand from Fernando. The crowd building support.
This round, as you take a look as we head into the final minute, has not been decisive for either guy going into this final minute the way the previous 2 or 3 rounds have been. So whoever can steal these last 40 seconds may very well win the round and could be very crucial in the scoring, if it in fact is still a close fight, as I believe it is.
Just based on his touch of being a little more aggressive and a little more effective, it has the feel of a lean of a Vargas round. But these final moments could sway things. Chopping right by Mayorga. Championship rounds have arrived. Who has more left has been one of the questions in the build-up and lead-up.
That was a good round. That's the way we got to do. Keep using your left hand. Come on, uppercut. You got to use all your tools.
Number one.
Come on, you got to put a little more effort. You got to pressure for the last 2 rounds. Nice and calm, but real lively, real smart.
Nice and clean. 1 point can decide this fight.
One of the things that we're able to do, of course, in boxing that no other sport experiences, to bring you the kind of drama you just saw in each corner.
Joe Tessitore, Rich Murata here at the Staples Center. Championship rounds have arrived. Gut check rounds. 2 valiant, courageous, long-time warriors testing each other. Rich through 10, how do you have it?
I have it 95-94, Ricardo Mayorga. But I have a split in the rounds, but don't forget that 2-point round in round number 1 for Mayorga.
5 rounds to 5 rounds apiece, but Mayorga with such a boost in that opening round, scoring the knockdown.
I hear actually a chant for Mayorga in the background. They're screaming, "Matador, Matador." I believe Mayorga's punch output has dropped dramatically in the last 2 rounds.
Undoubtedly. Both men swinging to the body. Mayorga giving a little more. Not much on those punches. Vargas just missed with that right hand that tried to graze across the chin. Mayorga comes forward, short left hook. Turned it over on the inside. Charges in. Vargas able to block that.
Mayorga picking up his volume of punches here, but he runs into a harder one from Vargas.
That was the best punch of the round so far. That right hand on the inside, and now a left hand comes in, and it backs up Ricardo Mayorga. And all of a sudden, a misstep by Vargas. Vargas back behind that jab.
Round after round, as they've walked back to their corners, I've thought it's impossible to tell who's going to win this fight. And I still don't know.
I was checking in with a few ringside observers moments ago. Many in agreement with you that entering this 11th round, it was 5 rounds to 5 rounds, the differential being the 10-8 opening round by Mayorga. Did Vargas do enough in this 11th round? We could have an even fight heading into the 12th and final rounds. Oh! Forget even! Mayorga just jumps out front! Knockdown scored in the final seconds!
The bell's going to ring and save Vargas, whose legs did not look good. And that may have just clinched a decision victory for Ricardo Mayorga in a round he seemed destined to lose.
Vargas makes it to his stool, but he does not look good at all.
He was just off balance, that's all. That was off balance. It's because you're not jabbing. If you jab, you're going to be off balance. Give me some water. That was a knockdown. We got the fight won. We won this fight.
Vargas had seemed to be about to win the 11th round when he got hit with that right hand. And finally, again, as it did early, was a little bit off balance and his legs betrayed him. And he went back, his legs flying into the air. Last round coming up. Joe, I think Fernando Vargas needs to make something really dramatic happen right now.
The last 3 minutes of the career of Fernando Vargas. With just seconds remaining in that 11th round, instead of potentially evening up this fight, now most would agree he needs something very special here.
At least so far, Vargas has not acted like a desperate fighter. Mayorga feels as though he's got the fight in the bag, and that's what they told him in the corner. Sometimes that's a big mistake.
And he raised his hands when he came out for the 12th round. Can Vargas come up with that one moment after all these years? That one moment to shine. Time is ticking away.
I would say, in my opinion, that this is, for 11 and a half rounds, the best Ricardo Mayorga we've seen since the second Vernon Forrest fight.
Very consistent, Ricardo Mayorga. A more disciplined Ricardo Mayorga. "80 seconds to go, and he's already celebrating," raises his hand again.
Don't forget, this fight is being fought in the backyard of Fernando Vargas, though.
I know what you're saying, and there were rounds that could have gone either way, but two 10-8 rounds firmly cemented on the side of the ledger of Ricardo Mayorga. It's going to be very tough to overcome that. It's now or never for Fernando Vargas. Pushes him back.
He should have used some of that strength a little earlier, I think. Mayorga is the man who finishes strong.
To his knees he goes, and the celebration begins. A career for Vargas, a night to remember for Mayorga. We'll see what the judges say, but the brawl, as advertised, delivered, and delivered more of it than we ever thought. They went the full 12. There was a time in this fight when Eduardo Garcia, the trainer of Fernando Vargas, said, "Mayorga's got nothing. We got him now." Mayorga had something. Back and forth they went in the middle rounds. And then in the 11th round, when it appeared that Vargas could pull even, according to our ringside scorecards, instead, a knockdown with just seconds remaining scored by Ricardo Mayorga. The first round, Mayorga, a man on a mission, wanting to get rid of Vargas early. He almost did. Then the 11th round, the closing moments in a round that Vargas put forth a very solid effort. Instead, it quickly swung the other way. For the official judges' scores, we send it to the ring to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, David Mendoza, scores the bout 113 to 113, even a draw. Overruled by judges Glenn Trowbridge, who scores the bout 114 to 112, and Max DeLuca, who sees the bout 115 to 111 in favor of the winner. He is now the WBC Continental America's Super Middleweight Champion, Ricardo El Matador Mayorga.
A majority decision. David Mendoza sought a draw even with the two knockdowns. And a dejected Fernando Vargas on a night he says will be his final as a ring warrior. An emotional Ricardo Mayorga. All the psychological warfare, all the taunts and insults throughout this promotional campaign. In the end, he was focused, he was determined, he was strategic, and he was a winner. A jam-packed ring here at the Staples Center, and a huge crowd turned out to see